Sanji has been killing it in the anime and the manga lately, so we're bringing you guys a long-awaited Sanji character analysis. This is a special one, guys, because I don't think we hide that we're Sanji fanboys on this channel.
The flashback of Sanji. Who made or what made Sanji what he is today?
Sanji is the son of George from the Germa Dobula 6. So, and George, being the piece of shit that he was, genetically engineered his children to not have emotions. But Sanji's mom was steady taking drugs. The drugs that Sanji's mom took ended up making Sanji different from the rest of his brothers. Because he wanted to be a nice guy and he was the complete opposite of his brother, his father decided and his brothers decided to torture him, even ended up locking him in a cage with a mask, with a metal mask on his face. And then we move forward and he meets Zeph. And after he meets Zeph, what happened when he met Zeph?
Zeph changed his life around. And like, you have to look at the situation where Sanji ran away with his sister's help into boat where he basically becomes like apprentice chef. But when you look at it, like, he jumped from frying pan straight into fire because like he was safe for like a couple of days until Zeph came to basically kidnap and pirate his way out of it. And he ended up crashing and starving himself for like a month, almost a month, like 20 days.
I mean, Zeph attacked their ship, and obviously Zeph is a pirate. He wanted to steal from the ship. The ship ended up collapsing. In the anime, Zeph cut off his legs to save Sanji. But in the manga, Zeph saved Sanji and then they washed up ashore where Zeph didn't
There's no way to
cheat.
say it. He ate his foot.
Zeph ate his foot to stay alive and gave Sanji all the food. So because of that, Sanji was indebted to Zeph, and then they started off their Baratier restaurant, which is where Monkey D. Luffy met Sanji.
You know what? This is the perfect time to take a break. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Enjoy.
And our introduction of Sanji was Sanji feeding a hungry person that he had never met before. And from that moment, we just knew that Sanji is top tier, coming in with his suit, his beautiful soundtrack, and he's feeding the poor.
No. You're forgetting. Remember when he gave that wrist to that lady when she came with the captain?
Oh, yeah.
That was his introduction.
Our first introduction of Sanji was his wrist to the lady and him beating up that marine because he wasted food. And from his backstory, we know why he doesn't like wasting food, because he basically almost died of starvation.
So after that, like, he started traveling with Luffy and he formed a bond with the crew, and like the crew was amazing to him. And during Sabodi arc, they got dispelled.
And Sanji got sent to Kamabaka Kingdom.
And that's where his nightmares began.
Which is where the Revolutionary Army is right now, by the way. But the Kamabaka Kingdom, imagine Sanji being sent to Amazon Lily or Fishman Island.
Oh my days. He would have been finished.
Sanji would
he would have retired.
No. Sanji would die when he's in Amazon. Imagine Sanji is Luffy being sent there and they tug on his meat. Sanji literally is gonna die.
Oh God. No comment there, but fact. But so he got sent to the Queendom, and after that, when he came back,
before we get there, I want to actually say something about Sanji during that time, Whole Cake Island, and after the time skip, us Sanji fanboys were really starving at that time. I thought Oda hated Sanji. I remember saying, I wish Sanji would just be killed off because I can't take the disrespect that Sanji was getting. Him being sent to Kamabaka Kingdom, he didn't learn anything there. He was basically running away for 2 years. So he didn't learn any new techniques, didn't learn haki, didn't learn anything like that. Zoro got sent to the greatest swordsman on earth. Luffy got sent to Rayleigh. I just felt, why is Sanji always getting the short stick? We then move over to Whole Cake Island. This is supposed to be Sanji's arc. And throughout the arc, he was just being disrespected. There was this scene where Sanji did his moonwalk, which was the only thing that he learned from his 2-year time skip. And some fodders, we don't even know their name, looked up at Sanji and they were like, is this what you can do? Everybody can do it. And they pursued him using the same technique. At that moment, I was going to stab my eyes with my comb because I couldn't take it anymore. And then Sanji fights Luffy. And when he fights Luffy, he uses his strongest attack on a Luffy that didn't put any hacks, didn't do anything to protect himself. And Luffy was okay. okay. Luffy was okay. He even went ahead to fight Katakuri with no issues. And I was like, Oda, why are you doing my guy like this? What's the point of all this? Just kill him off. Because I can't take this anymore. You're breaking his heart. Sanji is sitting outside the door crying because Pudding is breaking his heart. That area was the trenches. But my goat Oda had bigger plans for Sanji.
That's why he's the GOAT!
He was back in Wano. His fight with Queen, that resurrected him fully.
I was just not ready for that. When he
loaded Queen.
Yeah. When his innate abilities kicked off, when he became, I don't even know, Terminator. After all his bones were broken, just fixed everything and broke Queen's sword. I was like, okay.
Goat is back. That's what he does.
A Goat is back. So I think currently right now, Sanji, what's your opinion of Sanji in the main story?
I think Sanji's the GOAT. Like, nobody can talk about that. But I think, honestly speaking, he is disrespected still. Even after all his feats, he's still disrespecting the community. And I
agree.
I see him in the same level as Zoro. Like, nobody can come to me and tell me, oh, they're going to fight and Zoro is going to beat him low diff. No, I think it's going to be an extreme high diff fight. Maybe Zoro wins. Maybe. We don't know.
I think it's very similar to Kizaru, Akainu, or even closer, in my opinion, because
I think it'll go either way.
Yeah, like, I feel like it's definitely highly possible for Sanji to kill Zoro. For example, but people also need to put it in fact that Sanji is not a fighter. Like, his initial goal is not to fight. He's just one. Yeah, he's a cook. He wants to feed.
He doesn't even train, and he's beating this guy. Is always training
and find the all blue. But he's the fastest in the crew. I mean, maybe Luffy is the fastest, but he's second fastest at least. We can say that. His feats are just ridiculous. Some people say he can't beat King, but he can definitely beat King.
If Zoro can beat King, Sanji can beat King.
Yeah, because Zoro didn't seem like he struggled against King. So, well, Zoro struggled a bit, but I feel like healthy Zoro wouldn't really struggle against King. What do you think?
I think so too, but like, I see a situation where this is a hot take, but I think in that situation, like, if you swapped opponents,
yeah,
Sanji would have still beaten King. Like, it wouldn't be an
Sanji definitely would have beaten King. Anyway, enough about Sanji's fighting style and feat. We can't do a character analysis without talking about Sanji's gag. What do you think about Sanji's gag?
Initially, I hated it because Oda overplayed it, especially after the time skip. Like, pre-time skip, it was amazing. And, like, the way Oda did it pre-time skip was phenomenal. But after time skip, it just became too much, especially when, like, in Fishman Island, he almost died. I was like, nah, it's a bit too much.
Right. I personally don't like the gag. Sanji being a Riz master is okay, but Sanji behaving like a fool over girls, I just think it's getting too much. I don't mind him simping over like Robin and Sanji excessively, but I feel like his simping shouldn't get to a level where it's affecting the crew.
Yeah.
The part of him not being able to beat or fight a woman, I completely agree with that, and that's part of his character, and I don't think that's a flaw. That's not a flaw.
I don't think it's a flaw.
It's just, it creates more nuance to his character. So I know a lot of people online hate the fact that, he doesn't fight Black Maria or he doesn't fight women and he's just a disadvantage to the crew. And that's what Zoro fanboys use to discredit Sanji. But that's not the case. Even what happened with Sanji, he had the emotional awareness to call Robin to save him. Not Nami, not Carrot, but Robin, because he knew that would uplift Robin based off her past experiences with the crew. Now giving her a moment to save a crewmate the same way she was saved in NES lobby. That's
especially also, like, it's not just a random crewmate. It's like one of the stronger crewmates.
Yeah, that's my goat. That's the emotional intelligence about my goat. Anyway, please tell us your favorite moments about Sanji and what you like the most about him.
I think my favorite moment has to be his fight in Skypiea when, like, Enel blasted him and the dude was like, my cigarette now is finally lit. Like, it was just class. Like, it was just too cold. And Wano also, where he low diffed Queen, that's also a good shout, but I have to say the fight with Enel.
I think my favorite moment for Sanji was first time we see Diablo Janvier in NES Story. Because I just recently watched NES Story too, so I think that's my favorite moment, hands down. Because everybody else struggled with their CP9 member, and immediately he came, he just dispatched Jabari, or whatever his name is, quickly. So that's my favorite moment, and I've already said what I like about Sanji, the fact that he's the prince, and he's just, his emotional intelligence and the will to just be a good person is what I love the most about Sanji.
And I think Sanji is underappreciated in the community, and I don't think we'll ever see a day where he gets the respect he deserves.
Yeah,
Especially
but
by the Zoro stance.
we Sanji fanboys, we keep on pushing it till we die.
We're here for agenda peace. We're here for it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Let us know who your favorite characters are down below. If you're a Sanji fan, let us know. We expect you to be a Sanji fan, but if you're a Zoro tard also, it's fine. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Thumbs out.